All right, check this out. I have I've heard and read several theories on people's Dragon Ball Z Super. I'm sorry, Dragon Ball Super theories and what they think might happen toward the end of this. Toward the end of the show, it's possible that this might just be the end of the arc, and and that people are thinking, okay, Dragon Ball Super's coming to an end. Dragon Ball Super's coming to an end. Now, it could be that Akira Toryiama is just like, you know what, this is the end of the show, the end of this show, but in his head, he's got all of America thinking it's the end of the show, but it's just the end of the arc. Because we had a few different arcs. Now, if you watch on VRV like I do, you see that it says Dragon Ball Super Season 1, and then it's got a whole bunch of different arcs. So it works differently than Dragon Ball Z does. Like you see a whole bunch with Dragon Ball Z, you see a whole bunch of different episodes, and then you get a season or a saga. With this one, it's an arc. What's the difference? Don't ask. But you get a season with this. Then you know what I'm saying. It's a whole bunch of different arcs. Why it says season one and several arcs, I don't know. However, you might actually get a new season and more arcs. We don't, you know what I'm saying? Like those haven't been leaked to us. We don't know yet. So for those of us who don't know, then wait and find out. It might end in March. They might pick back up later this year. Who knows? Just wait and see. Like, don't just jump to a conclusion just because you see a new. Like, as a matter of fact, because we see a new transformation from Goku, if that's actually what's gonna happen, the Super Saiyan White or Ultra Instinct White, however you want to put it, if that actually happens, there has to be more Dragon Ball Super. Think about it. Like, first of all, we have Super Saiyan 1, 2, and 3 from Goku. After that came Ultra Instinct. You know what? I'm not even about to rewind and go through all of them because, what I'm saying, there are some things that I'm leaving out. Including the Kaioken and the Blue and Super Saiyan God and all of that. If y'all watch Dragon Ball Z and Super, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got all of these transformations for Goku. Same thing for Vegeta, except 3. But we're on Goku. We're on this topic of Goku. So he has all of these different transformations. And if he has all of these, and he gets the Super Saiyan White that's been flying all over the internet, then this, you know what I'm saying? If he gets this transformation, he can't just use it to beat Jiren and then the show's over. Like, there has to be more. Like, if it's being made in Japan, or if it has been made in Japan, and then it just hasn't been released over here, then that's what it is. It just hasn't been released over here. Because you got to think that's a hell of a lot of animation to go through. Like, first of all, there's 131 episodes in this one saga, not saga, in this one show alone. Like, in this whole, just Dragon Ball Super, this whole one season alone. At least that's how it is on VRV. VRV, we're at 129. That's what everybody's at right now. But for those of y'all who have VRV, whether it's the phone app or whether it's the PS4 app, y'all can clearly see it's 129 episodes, and it'll tell you season 1. So if there's going to be a new season, and Goku has the form of, Super Saiyan White, there's a very possibility that he could either take the place of the Grand Priest, which has been, said, and there's rumors around the internet. There's, like, you go to different websites, you'll find it. People have made videos about it on YouTube or whatever. Um, so there's that, and there's people saying that he could become a new god of destruction. There's people saying he could take Zeno's place. There's a whole bunch of different stuff that's flying around. Who really knows? So we have to wait and find out in a possible coming up season 2. That's what I think. I don't know what y'all think. I don't know what, Akira Toriyama's gonna do. I've never met the man, so I don't think anybody really knows what he's gonna do. Now, if he does make a season 2, great. I'm looking forward to it. If he doesn't, and it has to end here, then there better be a hell of a lot put into this new season. I'm sorry, there better be a hell of a lot put into these new episodes. Like, these new episodes better last at least 2 hours each, commercial free. Or at least on VRV, they better be commercial free. 2 hours each, because like, okay, first of all, it's each episode of Dragon Ball Super is 22 minutes or 26 minutes, whatever. The average anime is anywhere from like 24 to 22 to 26 minutes, like including commercials. So if you are, if you are to, if you're to really stop and think about it, with Goku getting rid of Jiren, there's really not much to go on anymore. Well, actually, there is more to go on. Like yes, there's doing, like everybody's back to Universe 7 and everybody's back at peace again. But what happens with Goku and Whis and Beerus? Do Goku and Vegeta go back and get more training? And Vegeta, does he get Ultra Instinct? And then sooner or later, like there becomes another villain to get past? Or do they fight Beerus and see if they can, do Goku and Beerus go at it? And then the two of them, like Goku tries to see if he can overpower Beerus or at least get to like match him 100%. And then, maybe a universe got wished back. Like, yeah, that's perfect right there. Right there, they have, like, people are forgetting. Vegeta made a promise to, what is his name, Kaba. He made a promise to Kaba that he had to, he'd bring Kaba back to life. Okay, granted, yes, Vegeta did get eliminated, but that doesn't mean that he can't bring Kaba back to life if they win the Tournament of Power. So, like, you kind of got to look at things a certain way. Like, yes, there is a potential season 2. The only person that would know, or only people that would know whether there's a season 2 or not, is the people that actually have the actual anime and have, like, all the books, which I don't think there's an American, well, actually, I'd be lying. I was going to say, I don't think there's an American that has every last episode in Japanese and then every last season, not every last season, I'm sorry, every last episode in Japanese and then every last book, in the whole, what do you call it, the manga. I don't think there's a single person that has them all. In Japan, maybe, but here, no. I know I don't. I just watch it as it comes out. The only reason I watch Super as it comes out is because I'm a Dragon Ball fan in general. And if I wasn't a Dragon Ball fan, that'd be a different story. Or if I wasn't if I just liked Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, and Dragon Ball GT, that'd be different. But the only reason I watch Dragon Ball Super is to see if there are dots that connect, which there are. Which I named them in my last video, but that's not the point. Goku has always strived to be the strongest, or at least the strongest he can get. And he is constantly getting stronger. He's catching up to Beerus. Whis is actually stronger than Beerus, at least that we know of. That's another potential storyline right there. How strong can Goku actually get? How fast can he get? Is he as fast as Whis? Is Whis so fast that he's actually at the level of Ultra Instinct, but just doesn't show it? Does Whis necessarily have to power up? Is he the speediest person in their universe, in Universe 7? Like, does Whis at all have to power up, or is he at his full power? Like, he literally taught Goku and Vegeta to get faster. So does he have the mental, I won't say mental capacity, but the mentality of Ultra Instinct? And it's just all right there, but he is not using it at all. Like, he's just standing there. But nobody has attacked Whis to find out. Nobody's attacked Beerus to find out exactly how fast he is. It's very possible that, Beerus could be outdone by both by could both be outdone by Goku. Sorry, um, I'm trying to speak too fast. But regardless, my point is, it doesn't have to end right here. Like in Akira Toryiama, if this video reaches you, like the same goes for the Japanese version. Like not only here in America, but also like over there in Japan. Like you do not have to end it right here. Like we're thinking it's gonna end right here because we haven't made it as far as you've made it over there. But if you're gonna make more, great. Like these are potential storylines. You know, like have Goku go at Beast and Weird, Beerus and Whis, and then have Vegeta go at Goku and see how much he progresses. Like there's so much more that you could do with this that it's not funny. Like have Goku and Vegeta both reach Ultra Instinct, and then have Goku and Vegeta also reach Super Saiyan White. Bring some more villains into the picture. Or have, Vegeta, like I said, wish back Kaba or Kaba's universe. That way, you know, maybe with bringing back that universe, Kale and the hell is her name, Khalifa, maybe they come back and come back stronger because not only did Khalifa, Khalifa wanted to learn how to go Super Saiyan Blue. Right there's another storyline that could easily, come into focus. All you have to do is just draw that out, animate that, put it out, and right there we have a whole new story that we can all just like boom. It's just perfect. Like it doesn't have to end with the tournament of power. Like it does not have to end there at all. Like I think I put out about 5 different stories, and so there's another. So that's at least 6 seasons that we can go off of. So you'd be like, so anybody who watches Dragon Ball would probably watching it for a good 2 or 3 years before you even get to the end of Dragon Ball Super. If you watched it all in a row, you'd be watching it. Let's see, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT. If you watch it the way it came out, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, and Dragon Ball Super. Taking out the movies, you'd be watching it for at least a good 3 years, maybe. If you include the movies, then yeah, maybe 3 years. Like if you're one of those people that like has to go to work and everything like that, yeah. If you include everything, and yeah, because you got the Saiyan saga, the Ginyu saga, the Frieza saga, the Buu saga. All of this that you got, what is it, the Trunk saga, the Cell saga. Like I'm not even naming them in order, but all of this stuff, so like it probably take you a good couple of years to complete it all. As many episodes as it is, I want to say over 300, over 200 or 300 episodes in Dragon Ball Z alone. And in Dragon Ball, I don't even know how many episodes is in that. So it'll take a while to get from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z, then from Dragon Ball Z to Dragon Ball GT, and then from Dragon Ball GT. It won't take you as long to get from Dragon Ball GT to Dragon Ball Super, but to watch 29 episodes of Dragon Ball Super, especially with all the commercials in it, you'll be watching for at least a good 5 or 6 hours before you can even get to episode 60. It's different if you got them all on DVD. But even then, I mean, it's, you got to put it in disc after disc after disc after disc after disc after disc and just watch through them, and then you fall asleep, wake up, you're watching it again. Like, so, anyway, but forget the fact that I said it'll take a year. But regardless, I mean, people are making their own fan versions of what they think should happen or will happen, or just fan versions, period. But yeah, if you're gonna make a Super Saiyan white, make it, but do something with it. Like, really make a story with it. Put something behind it. Like, Super Saiyan White, Goku versus Jiren. Jiren loses because they have to keep their universe alive, right? Now, I wouldn't say kill Jiren because, like, that's a little over the top. But Goku versus Jiren, Jiren loses, like, gets knocked out or whatever. And then maybe Goku versus Frieza, but that's not necessary because Universe 7 has already won. But if the Tournament of Power is over, then back to Goku versus Frieza. You know, Frieza wants to see what it's like to face Ultra Instinct Goku. So then, you know what I'm saying, it's Frieza versus Goku. Goku faces, Frieza using Ultra Instinct, and then Frieza powers up Golden Frieza to as far as he can go without exerting himself, like without burning through too much of his energy. So then, they go at it, and like, let's say the fight lasts 6-7 episodes, and like it's like each one of them like have their down moments, and so that lasts, and maybe like maybe it looks like Frieza's gonna win here, maybe it looks like Goku's gonna win here, maybe it ends up tied. Like, the only way that Frieza can win is like if he's, powered all the way up, and then Goku's not moving as fast or not moving at all, but Goku still triumphs over Frieza. Or let's say if Goku is at Super Saiyan Blue, all the way powered up, not at Ultra Instinct, then Goku, will lose. Or if Goku's just a regular Ultra Instinct instead of Super Saiyan White, let's say Goku loses. There's so many different ways to do it. Uh, and then let's say just Goku exerted so much energy uh, in his battle against Jiren that he couldn't even go he couldn't even do Ultra Instinct or Ultra Instinct White, Super Saiyan White, whatever. And so Vegeta had to step in, and he learned from watching Goku, and then he ended up going into Ultra Instinct mode. Not just the one we saw, but actual Ultra Instinct. Like exactly how Goku looked. And so he ended up beating Frieza. Because Frieza like tried to destroy the world again. So let's just say he ended up beating Frieza. Like something he always pictured himself doing. So he beat Frieza. And you know what I'm saying? Like, let's just say something else happened. Like, since he beat Frieza, let's just say Vegeta ended up let's go for this. Let's say Vegeta ended up being a ruler, whether it's a god of destruction or whether it's a version of Whis, or let's say he took the Grand Prix spot. Like whoever beats, um, or let's say whoever came closest to beating uh, Beerus gets his spot. Whoever comes the closest to beating the Grand Prix gets his spot. Just something like that. Something interesting to keep it going. I mean, I got so many ideas. It's crazy, but don't just like bring us a new transformation and not give us enough time to see it at its full potential. Because yes, we see Goku moves much faster. We see he punches much harder. He kicks much harder. He does a whole lot of things at um, a different level. But why don't we use it like we've ever since Goku's gone Super Saiyan in the Frieza saga? We've seen it a lot more often. When he went Super Saiyan 2 in the Android saga, we've seen that more often. Super Saiyan 3 in the Buu saga, we've seen it more often. Well, not too much more often, but we've seen it more often. uh, when he's going. He didn't go Super Saiyan 4 until GT, but still, we've seen it. And then we also seen him go Super Saiyan 3 in GT as well. So, circling back around to Super, he even went Super Saiyan 3 in Super. So, might get back to my point, he's used it more often. So now that he's gone Ultra Instinct, what did he use it only 3 or 4 times? So once you get something going, use it more often. Don't just say, like here's this right here. He's only going to use it X amount of times, and then like we're going to throw him and this transformation away. No, just use it more often. That way we get us like, oh, okay, cool. Is this about to what's up right here? Saying this is about to be the new Super Saiyan 3. It's about to be the new Super Saiyan 4. It's about to be the new this is about to be everything in one. But then, surprises, like, we got Super Saiyan White coming. It's like, oh, snap, I can't wait to see that. Bring us, just, hit us with something out the clear blue. A lot of us, we saw Ultra Instinct, but we thought it was going to be called the Limit Breaker. It wasn't exactly called the Limit Breaker. Regardless of what it was called, it caught us off guard because of what it can do, and and what it made Goku, how it heightened Goku's abilities. That's all I'm trying to say. Really, just to be honest, I just I want to see it do more. And the only reason, I don't think that Dragon Ball Super is like Dragon Ball Z was. They're not putting as much effort, not as much effort is being put into Dragon Ball Super as was into Z. And honestly, if I were to bring a villain back from Dragon Ball Z, I would have brought back Kid Buu, because Kid Buu is much stronger than Frieza is, and he was much harder to kill. And that way, they would have really kept tournament. They would have really won the tournament of power by now. Especially with Jiren, Jiren wouldn't have survived very long against Kid Buu. Because, if you go back to that one specific episode where Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Vegeta against Kid Buu, Goku tried to blast them apart. Or tried to blast them to pieces, actually. He tried to obliterate them with a Kamehameha. It didn't work. He blasted them into pieces, and the pieces blasted back. If Jiren would have tried that, he would have tried, but he would have just opened up like a Cheerio, or he would have, ain't no telling what Kid Buu would have done. And it's I think if he would have wished Kid Buu back instead of Frieza, he would have done some serious damage. And besides, better than to wish somebody like Frieza back. Frieza's too unpredictable. But anyway, I watch Dragon Ball Super, and it's not like I get to catch it every single Saturday, but because I might forget about it sometimes, so I might catch it the next Saturday and watch the previous episode on that same Saturday. But my point is, you just don't get something going and then just throw it away. That's like creating a comic, and it's damn good. You everybody that is reading it, and it keeps everybody's interest going. And then you have this bomb character in there, and then all of a sudden you take that character out, and it's like, what happened to your character? That was my favorite one. And it's you were in the middle of the best part, and then you just restarted the comic and took that character out. It's I didn't know what to do with him. How you gonna not know what to do with that great character? If Goku, if Goku in Universe 7 get erased, you may as well have not even created Dragon Ball Super or Dragon Ball Z in general. Without Universe 7, without Goku, there is no Dragon Ball. I can see if Vegeta had still been in the Tournament of Power, he could have beaten Jiren. Then I could see that. But there's so many different things so many different extra things that they can do with, with this whole Goku Jiren thing, instead of having Jiren beat Goku. Because if Jiren beats Goku, then they have to continue with some more stuff. They have to come back with another season and do some more stuff. Or since there's only like 131, we're 129, so 130 and 131. It's like, if he kills him off, like, what in the world are we gonna do now? It's like, and besides, he can't kill him off. Think about it. Look at the facts, first of all. Like, GT is supposed to follow Super. And if you don't believe me, go back and look at GT and look at what's currently going on in Super, like the early stuff in Super. Now, Videl, I believe, is in GT. The girls and Trunks, you know what I'm saying, they're all in Super. Not Super, GT. Hercule, he's really old, I believe, but he's also, I want to say he's in GT. He's either in GT or he died, one of the two. But regardless, the whole point I'm trying to make is that everybody that's currently in Super is also in GT. Now, yes, Vegeta cut his hair, I get that. But, like, Super Saiyan 4 has to come from somewhere. So apparently that means that Goku has surpassed his limits of, of, what do you call it, of Ultra Instinct and of, just, if there's going to be a Super Saiyan White, that means he surpassed the limits of Ultra Instinct and Super Saiyan White and just whatever else, and went to Super Saiyan 4. And that would mean Vegeta surpassed it too. Either surpassed it, or that would mean that he, there's more words I'm looking for too. He either surpassed it, or he couldn't reach it, and so that's what Bulma making him Super Saiyan 4 was for. So, really stop and think about that. Go back and look at GT. Go, just consider it. If I'm wrong, then prove it. Or if you know Oppai Senpai, talk to him and have him reply to this video. Or for Neverworld, same thing with him. If you know him, have one of them prove me wrong. Have Seth the Programmer prove me wrong. All of them have good theories. But have one of them prove me wrong if they think that I'm wrong. They say that that GT is non-canon, but, the characters say otherwise. Like, a lot of the characters say otherwise. Marin, Krillin, 18, Beulah, or Bra, whatever you want to call her, Pan, they're currently all in Super. It's possible that Beerus and Whis went back to their planet and Beerus went to sleep. Like, there's a lot of plausible theories. So if I'm wrong, prove it.